What is up, my people, my family? Happy holidays, man. It's your boy, Mr. D. Cooliante. We back at it again. And here also, because I'm not here by myself. I'm with my dog, my mans. You feel me? Mr. Hilarious Darius. What's good, sir?
What's going on, sir? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. You doing pretty good. We both got mics this episode, man.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
both got
sir.
mics, man. When did you get yours?
I got mine's way before you got yours. I got mine's. I got mine's about 2-3 weeks ago. Like whenever you were studying for finishing out the semester,
Which I did finish.
how'd it
And
go?
everything went according to plan. That's my response.
Wait. Let me tell the audience something. Can you give some insight on Deontay and our friendship? So, with me and Deontay, right? I know a lot of things about this man personally, like just in his life. But what's been funny is throughout our friendship, I've never known like his GPA. Like he keeps that super private, but I know everything else about him. But it's so funny how private you keep your GPA. Like you probably have like a 4.2, but just like the way you will break it down has always been hilarious to me.
You know how some people have those like little they have like bank accounts, but they go into the back and they got all the personal stuff, jewelry and stuff.
Those security boxes.
Security boxes, that's what it is. I put my GPA and my grades in there, my report cards. Yeah. Excellent. How's security, Tim? How's security, Tim? Good. Excellent.
Somebody go rob a bank and get your transcript. What is this?
What?
I can't go to the Bahamas.
I'm trying to find out my GPA, huh? I mean, yo, that's yeah. Well, I will just say it went according to plan, but but yeah. So I got my mic today, man. Let me tell y'all a quick story, man. So it is it's not Christmas yet, but if you're working right now, I'm sure your job is doing some type of Secret Santa stuff, man. And that's what we did today. And we had the gift exchange stuff, and I don't know. I walked in kind of nervous, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you feel about Secret Santa stuff, but like you want to make sure because you get a small budget, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, you only spend $20.50. You're like, dang it, that's all right, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like you don't want to be spending too much because you got your own bills to worry about. You know, it's all that duality going on, but you know what I'm saying? So, but for my person, man, I found out a lot about the city that I live in. I found that this city with COVID going on doesn't really open up until 11 a.m. because all the stores that I went to was closed. They was like, we open up at 11. It was a consistent thing. I'm like, do y'all know about my Dora the Explorer hunt right now to get my gifts? Y'all know about this? Y'all calling? Yo, don't let them in. Okay, tell them we open up at 11. But I finally end up getting everything I needed, and you know how you do. So you get the gift, but the gift is not really done until you go to the dollar store. You know what I'm saying? You gotta spice it up with a little, you know what I'm saying, with the little gift bag and all that. So I did all that, and I dropped my gift off. Get to the job, drop my gift off. But it was funny because today everybody was all like, "Yo, Deontay, did you see you got your gift?" I was like, "I'm sure I got my gift." Like, no, you got 2 gifts. I was like, 2 gifts? You got me 2 gifts, right? I didn't even know who my Secret Santa person was, but they got me 2 gifts. So, man, like I end up like going on my break. I see the 2 gifts. I'm like, okay. One was like a little gift basket. The other one was kind of wrapped up, very, very secretly, but very nicely wrapped. So I got a hint of who it was, man. My boy Gabe, man, my boy Mr. Gabriel, who is an awesome individual, man. Shout out to you, big dog. Shout out to you for doing what you did, because at first I didn't know what he got me, you know what I'm saying? Until I got home and I unwrapped it and it was a mic. And I was so kind of taken away because he saw some of the stuff that some of our work that I uploaded on Facebook, and he was just like, I like what you're doing, bro. And I was like, I appreciate it. But he just took it above and beyond and just went and got I guess he knew I was missing a mic and he went and got a mic, man. So first and foremost, man, shout out to my man Gabriel. for just supporting the hustle, man, and liking what we doing. And you know, you really helping out the brand right now. So we really thank you from the DD experience.
Yeah.
We thank you, Mr. Gabriel. So can we give a moment of clapping for my brother for that? So that's how I got my mic, man. So yeah.
Yeah, I paid cash for mine.
Okay.
I went into debt. I went into debt for mine. I don't have any games in my life. Nah, man. Big shout out to your man's Gabe. Now for me, man, I get really excited about increasing the production value and increasing the value that we offer the audience like every week. So we always try to make it better. And I know you guys have noticed the past few episodes I've been on the beach and we've been getting a lot of positive response for that. But I had to bring the books, to the beach. You know what I mean? And just every week, man, we're just trying to challenge ourselves and continue to grow better. So big shout out to Gabe for being able to invest into what we're doing here. Cause you know, man, what we have the potential to do can be world changing. So we appreciate everybody supporting us with watching the videos, with commenting, giving us feedback. Like it's been fun, bro. Like this is like
it's an amazing experience, bro.
Yeah, man. We've been doing this a few months now, and it's not easy to produce these things, but we have a lot of fun doing it and being able to see the response that people have to it. So, but it's funny when you're telling that story about the Secret Santa. It reminded me of some of the ones I used to do in my job, and I remember a couple of years ago, the person that I had was actually very difficult to shop for, and we had one of those budgets where, like you said, they give like you can only spend $9.37. Nothing.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, nothing less, right? And Buddy was like, I really want Home Alone 1 and 2. I want the one where he's lost at the house, and I want the one where he's lost in New York. So I was like, okay. So I went to Best Buy, and they had each one individually, but they didn't have, and it was like too much. Like it was like $30 or something. But I went out of my way to go to Amazon to get like this Blu-ray special edition version for him. And I wrapped it up, gave him the gift. But it was funny because I didn't really feel fulfilled with the reaction that he gave. Like I
hugged Gabe today. I gave him a big old hug in front of people. Man, bring it in, bro.
During COVID,
man. We go get through this. I need you to bring it in right now.
That's hilarious. But yeah, man, when I did my Secret Set, I've had some good ones. But that one comes to mind because I was like, okay, even if he appreciated it, it wasn't conveyed that he really appreciated it to me. You know what I mean?
Like, so, I want Home Alone and Home Alone 2 on VHS.
Make it happen.
And I want it from Blockbusters. Rent it.
Make it happen. Like they've been out of business for like over a decade. Like his Secret Santa wish list became like a demand list.
He was like, listen, I need a Toys R Us gift card. What? Obsolete now. He's all like,
I need you to find me a floppy disk. Floppy disk.
Floppy disk. That's all I asked for.
All I want for Christmas. It's fun. It's for Death Row to get back together. Like, bro. I don't know if we can make that happen, player.
I don't know if we can do that one, man. I don't know if that's possible. That's hilarious. So I need all Dr. Seuss's books. Really?
In alphabetical order.
These whole collection. Dang. All right.
$9.37. I don't know if we can.
I don't know if we can pull that off.
But nah, man, that's
I want the radio station DJ to shout me out.
KXR1.
What?
Play a smooth jazz.
Do they do that on that station? I want my middle school girlfriend to call me. Okay.
Oh, bro, you about to make me tell a story just by saying that joke. You about to make me tell a story. That's like, this wasn't planned, but it just triggered a thought. So I was watching some of the old clips, and I was thinking about the story of when you told the story about your worst haircut and how you had the girl in middle school that just kind of like played you, right? So I have a similar story. So, my dad, he's always kind of parented from afar or whatever, right? Whatever technology at that time can allow him to kind of be of guidance he'll use. So I remember I was in sixth grade and I was living I was either back in the sixth or first half of seventh. And we were living in Indiana and we were going to this school. And I remember there was this like super popular like Mexican girl. And she was like the best girl in that grade. And I remember I reached out to my dad and we had like a dance coming up. And I said, I said, hey, there's this girl I want to ask you to dance. And he was like, do you have any white shoes? And I was like, what? I said, yeah. But now, mind you, I'm not a very materialistic person. I've been like this my entire life. But so the white shoes I had were like old and dirty or whatever. So he said, here's what I want you to do. Take the white shoes, get some Comet bleach cleaner that you clean like tubs with.
Yeah. You should have that, son. You should have that.
He said, sprinkle it on your shoe, get some new shoelaces, get a toothbrush, and scrub until they're like as white as your teeth. Right. So now, mind you, I'm like in middle school around all these dangerous chemicals, trying to get my shoes just pearly white. Right. So he tells me, he said, once, because the girl always gonna look at your shoes. Because if you don't take care of your shoes, you don't take care of yourself. Now he's giving me kind of game from like, the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it may still relate, but it was a different time.
Do you got a beeper?
He's like, make sure you get your page on you. So he goes, go up to her and say, excuse me. He goes, say, excuse me. I don't really know you. You don't really know me. But maybe we can go to the dance and get to know each other better. Right. So it's like a super high traffic passing period.
Oh, this is a lot. This is it, like in the hallway?
This is in the hallway, right?
Oh,
so
anything goes down in the hallway, bro. Yeah, what's what happened next?
All right, so now mind you, I've never talked to this girl. I didn't have any classes with her. I just knew she was like the most sought after. And I knew a bunch of dudes were thinking about asking her to the dance, but nobody did. So I had my little locker, I closed my locker and I see her. And my classroom's like on the other side. So I walk up to her and she got her back to me. I grabbed her hand, spun her around, right? And I go, excuse me, I don't really know you. You don't really know me. But maybe we can go to the dance together. She was like, I don't want to go to the dance with you. It's just like this super, super big like rejection. And everybody in the hallway is like, oh no, like it's like the worst.
That's middle school for you.
It's like the worst experience. And I go to whatever period I'm supposed to go to. And everybody's clowning me. And it's like, yo, Darius, like reenacting it, the teacher's involved. Like it's really bad. So
the teacher's like, you asked out.
You bold. So, but it was just so funny because I remember I got teased for getting rejected, but nobody like praised me for the courage it took to go up to this girl you had no idea knowing and like just putting yourself out there. And it's funny because I remember one time I went to the club with you, right? And you're very
okay.
Yeah,
I'm doing
it. Yeah, right. Well, the point I'm trying to make is that at the club, you're very comfortable, right? You just speak the language of the club. You can get in there, you can dance with all these.
I speak a lot of And they be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, let me dance.
They said we can get in if we just.
He said you can't get in with them shoes. That's
not wide enough.
So
that is funny.
You speak the language of the club, right? You're thriving, right? The environment's not necessarily built for me. So I remember one time I went out there and you were dancing with some girl, whatever, and you was like, "Yo, go ask a friend to dance."
Yeah.
So I go up to the girl and I go, "Excuse me, would you like to dance?" This girl goes, "I dance by myself." It felt like sixth grade all over again. I said, "You know what? You can keep it. You can keep your little bougie dance. I don't want it. I hate the club. I hate sixth grade."
Oh my goodness, dude, bro, you be cracking me up, bro. That's hilarious.
I just can't handle all of that. I get it. If you because I felt like there's a polite way you could do it. Like, you know what, I'm actually going with somebody, or like, like, but the girls, like, they be thriving, they be like feeding off that energy, like, and I feel like all of them do this. I dance by myself, whatever this is.
That's them dancing.
That's the dance. So, I don't know, bro. I just don't do. I don't know. Ever since those two traumatic experiences, I'm like, y'all can have it. I'll find my love.
See, I think a wise man said, if you don't, the shots that you don't, what did he say? The shots that you don't take.
You miss every shot you don't take.
You miss every shot you don't take. I've had my share of rejection. I've had my share of.
Let me hear a story. Let the audience give us a story.
Here we go. Check this out. I'm in 10th grade, right? And I don't know. I think I was going through this period where, like, I just wasn't really invested in school. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'd rather be outside the school. I'd rather be doing outside activities besides being in these four walls, getting an education. I'm missing my boys, It's all about my boys out in 10th grade. So I remember this time, my acne was real bad, bro. And, I didn't really know how to, like, control it. You know what I'm saying? And so this one time I had a little bum mark, I had a little bum thing on my lip, man. I had a little bum mark, you know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
A bum bump on my lip. Little bum bump.
What are you saying? Are you saying that Kevin Hart bum bump?
Yes.
Is that what you say? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know
I had a bum bump on my lip. Okay. Let me slow it down.
I didn't know what you were saying. I had a bumblebee. You had a bumblebee. What?
So, I'm aware of this bum bump on my lip, but I decide I'm gonna go to B lunch. B lunch is the popular lunch. All the flyest 11th graders are in there. Me being bold, me being in 10th grade, me being so confident in myself, I get my free lunch and I take a seat next to one of the flyest 11th graders in the school. You know what I'm saying? And she's sitting next to two guys. One guy is really interested in her. He sees me. He sees my confidence. I sit right next to her. I got my face kind of like this, though. You know what I'm saying? He notices that. He's like, boy, what you doing with that herpes on your lip? Right in front of him. Now, I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? I'm embarrassed. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, you know what, man? I got to work on this, because I was fresh. I was still fresh as death. You got me today, man. You got me today. But I'm still sitting next to her. And you sitting across. But she did laugh at me, though. She did laugh at me big time. I was really embarrassed that I sat at the 11th grade table with a bump on my lip as a 10th grader. But I've grown past that. I've grown past that. I've grown past that. You know what I'm saying? That will never happen. I know how to wipe my mouth when I eat. I definitely know how to do that now. I don't never let nothing sit on my face. Wash my face every night because of that. So
it's funny though. It's funny how long traumatic experiences can like stick with you. Like, because both of us were in like our late 20s, early 30s. And it's just funny how stuff that seems so trivial, like in the grand scheme of things, really impact us and shape who we are as men. So, those two stories being like two examples of that. It's very funny. So
make you better man,
Yeah.
Make you better man.
But that's what I'm saying. And I think what's funny is that like success requires rejection, right? Ooh. Rejection is a part of growth. And we get so caught up on the embarrassing part because that's what society, and typically like when you're in these institutions like school or whatever, you're made to feel embarrassed, but nobody like speaks about the courage it takes to like freaking sit at a 11th grade table as a 10th grader, knowing all the dynamics of high school and all that stuff. So I applaud you, sir. If nobody has applauded you, I applaud you for your courageous effort.
Dude, Nobody has applauded me for that. I really appreciate that. That really just made my spirit smile. Okay. That's what you just did. You stirred my spirit with a cup of Kool-Aid with that compliment, sir. We'll let you know that.
Because I can relate, bro. And I feel like what happens is that when stuff like that happens and we allow ourselves to be embarrassed, the next time we're in a position to be courageous, we're not going to do it because we're like, last time I did this, like the outcome wasn't that good, but it's the perception you had of the outcome. Like I still feel like I'm as risky of an individual in terms of taking risk as I've always been. And I probably more now. Like I'm willing to take more risks now than I was in my youth because I'm just not afraid of being misunderstood. Yeah. Because I'm understanding that like you're misunderstood for a certain period of time. Then everybody else seems to catch up. Yeah. And I'm okay being on that that trail of everybody's going this way and I'm going that way. I'm okay with that because I know what's on the other side of that. I know what I'm working towards. So I know we didn't plan any of this on the podcast, but
and I agree with you, but you just know you will get laughed at. You will get pointed at.
What?
You will get roasted. It's come with the territory.
It does, but does that scare you? The fear of being laughed at or ridiculed?
No. I got a funny story.
Let's go.
I just thought about it on top of my head. When I turned 30, I had to go see the gatekeeper of the 30 Club, right? And they were standing there with a clipboard, and I was like, "Hi, my name is Deontay. I just turned 30." It was like, "Oh, let me see if you're on the list." So you're looking at the list, like, I don't really see you on here. I was like, "No, today's my birthday." It's like, "Yeah, but you're not married. You don't have a house. Where's your wife picking fits and your wife and your dog? You don't got none of that. You're not 30. You're in between." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I gotta catch up. Like the world has this way of like, kind of telling you like you gotta check these boxes if you don't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just thought that was a funny.
That is funny.
Idea, funny concept.
But I think through that joke, you point out a bigger issue, right? This idea that we all aren't on the same journey. So everybody won't be at the same place in life at that particular age. But I always think about this idea of, say somebody is 30 and they meet all the criteria that the 30-year-old gatekeeper has for them. My question is always, because you typically have to be on a track in order to meet and check all those boxes by 30. My question is, say you accomplish all that though, are you happy at the end of it? Or are you just up to your eyeballs in debt and you're in a position now where you can't quite move like you want to move? And that's kind of my response to that, because I feel like, yeah, you may get ridiculed for some of your life choices, but I also think we inspire so many people with the choices that we make, even if they don't say anything, which that's always weird, because sometimes I feel like you do need to be encouraged to stay on the path that you're on. But some people are like, nah, I just rather watch from a distance. But if you ever pivot from that, they're gonna be like, yo, what happened? Like, I was rooting for you. Like, well, you ain't tell me, because that road was lonely.
Very lonely. Very lonely. Very true, man.
Yeah. So
we just need to challenge the audience to really just give out those compliments, or just give out those words of encouragement, keep people on track, speak, use that tongue to empower people.
Well, I say that. I mean, I agree with that, but also, like, what if the audience is on that journey themselves, right? What if the audience is feeling like they're on a road less traveled and they start to feel somewhat guilty that they're not going down this traditional path? I would kind of want to take some time to speak to them to just say, like, yo, it's okay for you to be on this non-traditional path, because everybody's not designed to be like everybody else. We're all unique anyway, but some of us tend to fall for the more traditional paths out of life. And I just think it's okay. And you have to be okay with yourself Because I think you'll start to doubt yourself in situations like that. You'll start comparing yourself to your peers, even if you don't mean to. But I think with social media, that's what comes with it. Like you can be okay with your journey, and then you'll see somebody you went to school with, and you're like, oh, okay. But now keep in mind though, people are only going to show you what they want to show you. So you're not getting, the real story. You're kind of getting the highlight reel. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I would definitely say stay true to the course, because typically what's guiding you is some type of internal compass. Right. So just stay tuned to what that is saying, and you'll find your way. Like I think we all will. So
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well said, man. Well, shoot, man. Christmas is around the corner, man. And but with that said, graduations. I know you mentioned that I finished my semester, but a lot of graduations has been taking place. And we definitely want to congratulate all the recent grads. We want to congratulate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, man. You have graduated from anything. From ITT Tech. It don't matter. Congratulations.
ICDC College.
ICDC College, culinary school, your 2-week job training. You graduated from that. Congratulations.
SpongeBob driving school.
Yeah. You got your driver's license. Congratulations. Cheers to the moment. Bravo to the moment. But you said you had a funny story regarding graduation. So I'm all ears for this, man. What happened?
Yeah, man. So to frame that story a little bit, so my little sister ended up graduating with her bachelor's, and her birthday was around the same time. So thank you. Give her a round of applause.
Bravo.
Right. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, what do you have in mind for your birthday? She's like, oh, nothing. I don't really have any plans. I may just want to go get something to eat. And I said, all right, well, let me know. And I had the intentions of paying for myself, my lady, and my sister. And she was going to bring a friend of hers. So she was like, but this place I want to go to, it's a little expensive. And I said, okay, well, what's a little expensive? Because everybody knows in my family, like, I'm a very frugal person. So she goes, well, you probably won't like the prices, but I'll send you the menu anyway. So I said, okay. So I look at the prices. I said, oh yeah, yes. I don't know if I can commit to that. Maybe we can go somewhere a little bit more affordable. And she's like, okay. You can tell she's kind of sad. She goes, but I really want to go. So I was like, all right, well, you're graduating, you turning, however you turning. Let me just figure out what I have to figure out so I can make this happen. So we go to this restaurant. Now, this is definitely flexing gone wrong. This is it's one of those high-end Brazilian steakhouses. So I don't know if you've ever been to one of those, but what they do is, first of all, the whole restaurant serves you. You don't have a waiter. Like the entire restaurant is serving you. Like somebody's pulling out your chair. They're like tucking your shirt in. They're like anything you can think about, they're doing before you can even do it. Right. You find out all that is for a reason. So then what they do, they have a bunch of people come around with meats, and they're like, you have like this card that's like red or green, and you'll flip it over, and if green comes over, everybody comes with different meats, and it's like, would you like some of this? Would you like some of that? Would you like some of this? Right. So I've been to a restaurant of this scale maybe 2 or 3 times before. Right. But it's so funny because once you get in there and people start treating you like royalty, you start feeling yourself a little bit. Right. So I get there, and we get situated, and they're coming around with the meat. And now, mind you, everything has like a fancy name and like a fancy backstory. So like one guy's like, oh, this steak is from a cow that we raised from birth, and he only ate jelly beans all his life, right? So you're like, all right, that's kind of weird, but let me get some of that. And it was funny.
That's gonna be sweet.
And it was funny because everybody's coming with all this different kind of meat. Then everybody has accents too. And it was funny because this one guy came and they're like, oh, this is, lamb dipped in Parmesan cheese and gold shavings. Would you like some? You're like,
yeah.
sure, right? So they put on the plate. So it was funny because this one guy was like, hey, would you guys like some of this? And I'm thinking it's gonna be super fancy. So I was like, yo, what is that? What are you serving us? And he was like, it's just chicken, bro. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll get some of that too. All right. So we having a good time. We're definitely fish out of water. But the best part came from just the fellowship that was happening with the group. So anyway, bill comes, right? They put it all on one bill. And I'm curious just to see how much it is, see how much, can I really pull off my idea in my mind? I open that bill up. That bill was $330.
$330?
Yes, sir. Bill was $330, right?
How many people was there?
4. Hey. 4 people. $330, right?
Is it like a flat rate? Like,
well, so the way it worked, yeah. So like the buffet,
$70,
something like that. Yeah, something like where it's like, it's like all you can eat is like $60 a person, and we all got desserts and we all got drinks. Just I got regular drinks. They ended up getting alcoholic drinks or whatever. And it was funny because this lady was coming around the cart and she was trying to sell us these different drinks. One shot of one of the drinks was like $30. And we didn't do it, but we were kind of told or whatever. So that's just kind of the nature of where we're at, right?
Boy, they trying to get y'all to run up that tab.
Man, that's what happened. So the bill was like $3 something, right? And I look at it and I've never seen, I'm like, this don't even make sense, bro. And I kind of just closed the bill slowly. And you know how you do that thing where everybody looks at the bill and like reacts to it. So we do that. We pass the whole bill around. And the friend goes, okay, well, I can cover, my portion and I'll cover half of Yasmin's. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got myself, I got my lady, and I got the other half, right? So they divvy it up. And the portion that I have to pay is still like $250, like $225, right? So I pay for it, bro. They give me the check to sign. I sign the check. My hand is shaking as I'm signing it because I'm like, I don't want to sign this, right? And I'm trying to keep it cool, right? I'm not trying to be cheap in front of in front of everybody. But internally, I'm like, this is stupid. Like,
Suge Knight owns this restaurant. Better sign that. Take him to the back.
I need 3 albums from you if you want to walk out this door. So I'm shaking it. I'm shaking while I sign it. And it was funny because my sister is very funny. Like my whole family is very funny, but I'm just probably the most consistent. But we get up for the table and my sister goes, Darius is going to dispute that charge with his bank tomorrow. I'm going to be at the bank like, yeah, somebody stole my identity and went to a steakhouse. And then the bank will be like, yeah, but we saw you on IG. You looked like you were having a good time. It's like, no, they stole my phone, dude. They stole my phone and just had a night on the town. It's funny. But it was just so funny because I felt like I went in there big flexing, but bit off way more than I could chew. And I was just like, okay. So we kind of handled it, but then it was funny because now we're planning kind of other events and stuff. And people trying to like get us to go fine dining. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good for I'm good for the time.
Eat. Nobody cooking. Auntie, show us that lasagna recipe that you be bragging about. Bring it. Yeah,
bro, because what we paid on that meal is for some people that's a month full of groceries. You know what I'm saying? That's that can feed a family and stuff like that. So it just felt, you can definitely tell that restaurant serves a certain demographic and there's a purpose for it, like anniversaries and birthdays, whatever. But to see how quickly it can go from 0 to over $300 was just like, and I think even if because I do believe I'll get to a point in my life where I can afford stuff like that, but I wouldn't want to spend my money doing no goofy stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, that's what, that's the story. I messed around and I was going to tell a terrible joke, but I won't.
That man was shaking, signing that check. He's like, do y'all need everything right now? I need it all. One sit down. I need $200 and some dollars.
That's why everybody served you when you walk in that restaurant. Like everybody was like, yeah, we all get a piece of that $200. And then we felt you gotta leave a big tip. So we left a pretty healthy tip on the table. But the tip itself was like, man, we could have ate good for just the tip somewhere else. So, yeah, 2 for $20 or whatever it is.
2 for $20. So y'all could have did better than that. Everybody could have ordered something individually. Y'all could have got steak and shrimp. Dang. But, I heard about those Brazilian like steakhouses. Mm-hmm. My dad went to one in San Antonio. He said it was just him and his wife, and they said, yeah, it's like you said, like kind of like you said, like $50 to $60 a person, but you eat so good. Mm-hmm. And he was mad that he ate breakfast that morning. Like, I shouldn't have ate breakfast. That's how you know that's an abundant type of place.
It's
funny, mad that you ate breakfast.
Well, and it's funny because you're paying so much that you feel you need to get your money's worth, but it doesn't make sense to eat that amount of meat in a single sitting because it's gonna mess your body up anyway. So it's funny because I've been telling the story around to people in my personal life, and they were all like, shoot, if I paid that much, I wouldn't go to the bathroom in weeks. Like, yeah, but you might mess something up, make it worse, go to the hospital, and now your hospital bill is gonna be through the roof, and you're gonna have to pay $300 at the hospital. But
I'll be worried about you eating all that meat. You may get hunted. Somebody may just eat you up. You got all this chicken and beef and eat him up. He on the full stomach. He's gonna take.
He's sluggish.
Gotta run. Who got you now, fat boy? Yeah, it's the cocky fat boy.
Just big flex and go wrong. That's what.
Big flex and go wrong, huh? He's a cocky fat boy.
Cocky fat boy. But yeah, man, it's just funny though because I feel like this holiday season breeds that type of mentality where you can like over flex. Yeah. That's why, like you said, with the Secret Santa, with stuff in your personal life, with graduations and birthdays, and there's been an abundance of birthdays this month and all that stuff. So it's just something you have to be careful of. But it's funny because, all right, so we're talking about Christmas. So what's the worst Christmas gift
you've ever? Have to start with the worst Christmas.
Because I know you probably had better Christmases than me, so I want to say that for later. Let's start with the worst Christmas gift you ever gave somebody.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. It was I was about to say the summer. It was the winter of 1999. I was a young guy. I was a young fellow. Full of energy, full of life. Somewhat still believed in Santa. Mm-hmm. It didn't help that the news channel was tracking Santa and the weather at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like as you can see, Santa's leaving Santa's leaving New York because it's 30 degrees here. He's coming down to Texas with that cold front. That's what I saw coming up. But
that's hilarious.
So yeah, I was still somewhat innocent. And I remember we had we had a gathering. I was with my father, man. We had a gathering, huge gathering, just to celebrate. And this was the night before Christmas. So we had a lot of people over. And at that time, man, like I said, I was innocent, man. Still trying to figure out myself. Still trying to figure out how to clean myself. So it was a struggle. About 8 or 9. I ain't, used to leave those long, those logs. used to have those long, those long streaks back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Tear up a pair of drawers up. Tear a pair of drawers up. I was known for that. So I remember, I ignored it. It was just like, yo, this is not my problem. This is the person who has to wash my clothes problem. So, and I guess that arrogance, that flexing, that I don't even have to wash these. I can do this anytime I like. Really got on the nerves of some of my guidance, my my OGs and stuff like that. People who really, my overseers, they was really fed up. They really fed up by my behavior. They didn't think I was taking life serious. So what they decided to do, they decided to give me a prank gift. So it is, like I said, the night before, we got everybody over. And they was like, oh, let's open gifts, right? And here's the thing, and I gotta applaud them because they didn't lure me to get that gift. They didn't lure me, but that gift was very shiny. The wrapping paper was just very shiny, a lot of bows, and I took the bait. I was like, give me that one. I'm thinking it's a video game. Give me that one. And like, all right, here we go. And then I'm lucky it wasn't no IG or nothing like that because they would have definitely recorded me. So I grab it and I'm, what I'm saying, I rip it open and it's in a box, and I open the box and I do this and it's rubber doo-doo. And I'm all like so confused because I'm like 8.5, 9. I'm like, doo-doo? They was all like, yeah, because your drawers be full of doo-doo streaks. Bruh. In front of everybody. Like I said, I'm like 8.5, 9. I'm like, yo. Bro, when I tell you, I started crying on the spot. Like you would have thought I was like a child actor. I just cried on the spot. I just let it go. I didn't know where all this pain came from, all this emotion.
It came from inside them guts.
Dude, I started crying, and everybody was like, "Oh, we didn't mean to take it that far. We didn't mean to take it that far." But man, it broke me down, bro. And, but it motivated me. I said, I gotta step my game up now. I can't be, I can't be doing this next year. It fall into this category next year.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was definitely the worst gift in my life. And I still remember this day. I still get nervous. You know how you were shaking shiny that check? I shake when it's Christmas Eve. I'm like, oh, please, no shiny gifts. Give me the dullest, boringest gift ever. I don't even want to open nothing on Christmas Eve. I wait till Christmas. I open it in my room. My gifts and take it to the room.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So,
oh, bro, that's funny.
That's my worst gift. Yeah.
Oh man, I can't follow that story. That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. I'm gonna take it a different direction. So I'm gonna tell the worst gift I ever gave to somebody. But your story was just so epic. I can't follow it, but I'm just gonna tell my story anyway to keep the podcast going. So I was in elementary school, and they used to do these like Christmas fairs. Did y'all ever have that down here in Texas? Well, it was like you could buy people gifts in your family from the school. Like they would come and they would have different things. So they would give, your parents would give you money for you to buy different people's gifts. So it's kind of like it was kind of like a book fair, but with just different trinkets and stuff. So my mom ended up giving me, my granddad gave me like $20. And I was in like second grade or third grade. And I remember I used that $20 and I bought myself a ton of gifts. Like I bought myself a wallet. I bought myself like a keychain, some pencils, a notepad. And then I realized once I paid for everything, they said, okay, all you have is like 50 cents left. And I was like, oh snap, I never got anything for like my mom or anybody, right? So they had this like lizard, like a little lizard that like stuck to the window or like stuck to material. And it was 50 cents. So I spent 50 cents. So my mom knew that the fair was happening that day. And she was like, in the car. And she was like, how'd the fair go? What'd you get everybody? And I said, look what I got myself. So I started pulling out all my stuff. I was like, I got me a wallet. I got me a keychain. I got me blah, blah. And I said, and look what I got you. And I pulled out this lizard. And you can tell I hurt my mom's feelings, but like you could see it in her face that like all the upbringing and like just everything just went down the drain. Like I thought I raised you better than that. And I saw her like I saw the wind leave her sails and she kind of came down. So I told her, I said, but mom, don't be sad. Look, it sticks to the window. And and I threw it on the window and I pulled it off. And I remember somebody's in the front seat from like, I don't know, a church or a family friend. And they chewed me out so bad for like being selfish during Christmas time and like taking the money and spending it on myself. And even the money that my mom gave was like a stretch at the time and all that stuff. And till this day, my family still mentions that like green lizard that I got my mom. And I can't leave it down. So that's the worst gift I ever gave anybody. But I know we've talked about this in the past, but I know what's the best Christmas that you've ever had?
Probably, man, to be real, probably that next year. I got this huge tent, which was just cool. Because of the dynamic of the household, I had like stepbrothers and sisters and stuff like that. So when I got this huge tent, it was just dope. You know what I'm saying? So I would like always like camp out like in the living room, like steal everybody's pillows and stuff like that. And then like I was always like right next to the video game, stuff like that. So it was kind of my own little like play little room, whatever. This huge tent, man. So you know what I'm saying? I used to just like, they used to cook breakfast and I would eat and go, I'm going back to my tent. So I think that was kind of like my little favorite. That's probably like my favorite gift Christmas, because it was cool. Like, and just that whole year, man, like we had a dog and I used to, bring the dog into the tent. You know what I'm saying? His huge Rottweiler. Bring him in. His name was Malik. Bring him in the tent.
Malik.
With me.
Why your dog got a human name?
His name was Malik. Man, that was my dog, man. So yeah, but I don't know. That's as a kid, that was probably like one of the best ones. I think as an adult, it's crazy. Me and my people, we still do like take Christmas serious and stuff like that.
We
still like
do
the gifts exchange and stuff like that. But as I got older, man, I think for me it's more so the things around Christmas. So like I don't know if I shared this story, but my favorite moments is this one time where my mom, my sister, and myself got some like 2 big boxes of like Little Caesars pizza with cheesy breads. Like it's crazy. And we just got the Justin Bieber Christmas album. And we was driving through the rich neighborhood, looking at Christmas lights, eating pizza, listening to music. That was probably one of my favorite moments. Christmas moments. I'll probably never forget that because it was just so fun. You know what I'm saying? Cause we just got the album, we was jamming and eating pizza and we driving all slow, just being all like, ooh, we like that house. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably my favorite Christmas moment, man. So yeah, I guess as a kid, it was like, ooh, I need that. But as I got older, it's more so the stuff surrounding Christmas. It's more so my favorite moments, man. I done had a lot of those as I got older, man. From like going ice skating, laughing, doing a whole bunch of stuff, man, with my family. So, but yeah, what about you, man?
Well, see, my upbringing was a little bit different. So, We didn't have a lot of Christmases, and it's funny because I think, and just the way I kind of grew up, there wasn't a lot of extra outside of the necessities. So I think it's funny because I think that has definitely shaped the way I am now. Like I'm not really into material things. I'm not really into a lot of that other stuff. But I remember, it would always be this focus on like family time and bonding and stuff like that. But one year, I don't know what happened. I don't know. It was just an abundance of funds. So we have like me and my little sister have like the most epic Christmas. It's recorded somewhere. I don't even know if the video still works, but it's probably like 2000, 2001. So I'm like I'm young. I don't know how old I am. But my mom ended up like she did a great job with just the abundance of gifts. Because when you're young, and Cat Williams has a joke about this, you don't really care about what you get at that age. You just care for like volume. You just want to see a lot of things. You want to unwrap a lot of things. And my mom did a really good job, just giving us different toys and different gifts. And, me and my little sister were taking turns opening. We just bounced around, we feeling good, just having a good time. And I remember I had got in trouble for something like a week or two earlier. And my mom went across to the neighbor's house because she was hiding some gifts over there. And she bought in 2 bikes. So my sister had a brand new, like super duper bike, right? My sister's super happy. My mom brings in this like secondhand worn down bike for me. And she was thinking that it was supposed to be like a gag gift, but she was thinking that I was going to be sad that like my sister had a new gift and I had an old gift. But what was funny is like my mindset at that age was like, this is new to me. You know what I mean? Like this is awesome. I have a bike, right?
Yeah.
So it was funny because she was expecting me to be like, oh, whatever, try to teach me a lesson, but it didn't work. And she ended up bringing in the new bike too for me. So technically I had 2 bikes and my sister had one. So, but I remember because we didn't learn how to ride bikes till we were like later than most people do. And it was funny because the bike came with like training wheels and I had never seen training wheels. So this is how I knew I was going to be a comedian at like a young age. Cause like my delivery was just impeccable. so I grabbed the training wheels and I was looking kind of confused. And I was like, what are these, like extra wheels or something? And it like brought the house down. Like I know I'm kind of telling out of context, but the joke had brought the house down. Just trust me. So
oh snap, he said extra wheels.
Everybody acted like they in a hallway in 6th grade, So.
Oh snap. He just got told.
I was like doing all this.
What are these?
But
extra wheels. You kept repeating that joke too. What are these? Extra rolls? Oh, he's using the same concept, different punchline.
Look at the talent. That boy gonna be a comedian. That boy gonna be a star.
That boy good. That boy good. That is funny, bro.
But nah, man, we had a good time with that. But like I said, since then, our Christmases are just more creative now, and they've never been really materialistic, which has been cool. I like it, but yeah, man. That's my response to that question.
I love that, bro. I love that, man. Yeah. Well, this has been an amazing conversation, bro. So far, it has been amazing, bro. Like some of the stuff we touched on has brought me back to a lot of memories. And also just some stuff to chew on too, man. What do you think is something that we should let the audience know? It's like some great takeaways. So, walking into this Christmas season.
Yeah, man. I think for me, ultimately just realize that like these holidays are commercialized for a reason, but everybody, it's not about that. It's not about the gifts. It's not about what you're buying other people, what they're buying you. Like, you definitely take this time to appreciate the loved ones that you have around you. Because what's crazy about this year, bro, is, and I'll talk about this on the next episode, but I just watched Ma Rainey, which is the last movie that Chadwick did. And just this idea that, like, somebody that you know won't make it to Christmas next year. And that's crazy to think about, right? It's probably gonna be a couple people that you know that's not gonna make it to Christmas next year. So definitely just be appreciative for the things that are around you that can't be replaced. All these gifts and stuff, you can go buy another one. You know what I'm saying? But the time that you have with your loved ones, that can't be replaced. And you don't want to be thinking about that at somebody's funeral. Like, definitely give people their roses while they're here to smell them and stuff like that. And just be more kind to people and be more appreciative of those around you. You know what I mean? Because we're always so used to being in hustle and bustle. But sometimes, bro, you got to just take time to just encourage people and just let them know that you appreciate them. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents. What would your response to that question be?
Hey, that was well said, bro. That's well said, dude. Like,
I've been reading today. I've been reading.
As you can see, you have been on point with everything that you're sharing with the audience, bro. And I second all that, man. I think
Nah, get your own takeaway.
You call me out, man. You call me out. Okay, I would say I would say, like, don't get caught up in trying to, like, have this perfect Christmas, man. Separate yourself from these perfect images and, oh man, Christmas supposed to be like this and I'm supposed to have it like this, and if you're dating somebody, man, we supposed to be doing this, and you know what I'm saying, let's just separate yourself from all these crazy high expectations and just kind of be present, man, and understand that your journey and everything you're going through is a beautiful thing, man. I know around this time it's not fair for everybody. I know some people are living it up, you know what I'm saying, got all their Christmas gifts, they've been Christmas shopping since November, and some people are like, bruh, I just got paid, I'm gonna see what I can figure out. So whatever side of the spectrum that you're on, man, just understand that your situation is beautiful, man, and just go through it, man, go through it, keep going, and just appreciate it, because like you said, man, like, people around you ain't gonna always be here, so make the most of it, man. Like, if you out here, you know what I'm saying, you ain't, you know what I'm saying, it's just so much. Be creative. I just say stay creative, man. You're the world. This is your world right here, you know what I'm saying, and so create it, you know what I'm saying. If you don't be mad right now, you know what I'm saying, what you can control it, so if it's your emotions, you know what I'm saying, let's keep a positive mindset. We may not be able to pay a certain bill, it's okay, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get it on the back end, we're gonna but enjoy this process, man, because we about to say farewell to 2020, and get ready for 2021. So that's definitely my parting piece with the audience, man, is to just live in a moment and love every moment of this, man, because we ain't gonna get 2020 again. Everybody's so happy to be out of 2020, we ain't gonna get it again, so let's live it up, man. So it's fourth quarter, and
and I say one last thing, but I think so many people have been so ready to end this year, but it's still time. And don't leave the year just trying to run away from stuff. Like really finish the year strong and figure out what you can take away to make 2021 better. But don't, because I've been hearing people say that, like, yo, I'm ready to be done with 2020. It's like, yeah, but what'd you learn in 2020?
Come on.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't run from the lesson. You know what I'm saying? The whole world had to get woken up this year. And I'm glad for it, because, you know what I'm saying, my shirt say boss man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak it into existence. So
see, my shirt says respect. Respect the world. That's what my shirt say. So I'm gonna speak it into existence. We're gonna recycle, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna
But man, I just want to thank the audience for tuning in with us, or staying tuned while we finish another episode of the D&D experience. And, Mr. Ellison, I'm going to let you go ahead and do the outro.
Listen, this is episode 13, so this is a lucky episode, y'all. Okay. Stay blessed. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Man, hey, hug your family member. Tell them that D&D, we said what's good. You know what I'm saying? Hug your fine auntie for us, please, pretty please, with some sugar on top and ice cream. You know what I'm talking about? It's your boy, Mr. D. Culiante, man. My player partner HD is with me. And we just thank you for tuning in for another beautiful episode of the D&D experience, man. We're going to be back soon, better than ever. You see the mics? That's all I got, bro.
All right, y'all.